down underneath your neck and head. So you have arrived. I have arrived. And just taking that action of laying down, spreading the legs out a little wider than hip distance apart. Or if that doesn't feel good on your lower back, bending your knees and placing your feet on the floor. Letting the arms be away from the side body enough so the palms face up. And just take a deep breath. And exhale out. It feels good to make that more exhale more exact and push it out as a way to maybe release a little bit, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. Allow yourself just to let go. The day is done. It's 5:30, after 5:30. It's very, very dark. It was cold today and snowy, so let's just kind of snuggle into a comfortable, restful movement practice. But first, let's just kind of take a few minutes to arrive, to bring all of our attention and energies into our being. So bringing awareness to the back body, within the front body, and feeling the expansion of your body as you breathe in the back and in the front. See if you can just sense that expansion upward and downward as you take some deep, full breaths in. And then feel it release back as you exhale out. A couple more times, deep breath in, back body and front body. Feel and sense that movement and release. And now I want you to feel the side body, the side ribs, and feel that expansion laterally as you inhale. Just focus on that region of the body. Expand right and left laterally as you inhale and release as you exhale. Feel the chest return back inward. So it's kind of an outward and inward. And let's focus on that experience, the lateral movement, right and left side of your rib cage, expanding and contracting with a full deep breath. A couple more times. Now allow the whole chest cavity, the front body, the back body, the side body, the whole body expand as you breathe in. Feel the whole body expanding 360 degrees around. And feel the whole body releasing as you exhale. Two more. Complete expansion, 360 degrees. The whole torso just expands like a balloon on the in-breath and then releases on the out-breath. And continue to breathe deeply and fully as we begin to move our bodies. And remember to keep an awareness of what's comfortable for your body as you begin to move. And if anything doesn't feel right, please adjust as you need to. Come out of the pose, modify, let go a little bit, soften a little bit, or just imagine that you're doing it if it's not comfortable for you. So just bring your knees up to your chest. Hold the backs of your thighs. Bend your elbows so that your upper back and shoulders are on the mat. And then just flex and point your feet. Flex and point your feet. Oh, sorry. Notice how your feet feel today. Circle your ankles 4 times in one direction, 4 times in the other direction. Good, and then hold the feet flexed and pull those thighs a little closer to your chest. And then draw the shoulder blades down into the mat. Bend your elbows. Breathe here. Notice where you feel it. And then just let the left leg straighten out onto the mat and just hold the right leg in. And as you extend the left leg out, tip on your pelvis a little bit so that you have a natural curve in your low back. Holding the right leg in, you can hold it just with your right hand. There's no need to lift that left shoulder in order to grab the right leg. Flex your foot, both feet, and make sure that you have that neutral spine. Breathe here. Notice where you feel it. And then just take that right knee and make circles with it. Circle it out to the right, pull it gently away from you, and then pull it over to the left and bring it back in and up. So circling the knee, which is really circling the leg and working into your hip socket. Yeah, say hello to your right hip. And then circle it the other way. One more time. All right. Then take that right leg, right foot, and lift it up towards the ceiling and feel and sense that hamstring, back of the right thigh, opening a little bit again. Hold just with the right hand. Or if you have your hands interlaced, just make sure your back is neutral. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulders off of the mat. Breathe. All right, holding that right leg with your right hand, take your left hand to your left front thigh or front hip and move your right leg out to the right. So I've got a kickstand on my right arm. My right elbow is bent and it's resting on the floor. My right hand is holding my right thigh or some portion of your right leg. And take another breath here. Make sure you're not tipping over and lifting that left hip. So pressing down on the left hand on the left side body helps you to kind of stabilize there. Good. On the next in breath, come back up. All the way back up. And then release the right hand from the right leg. Take the left hand to the right leg and roll over onto your left hip and let that right leg drop down to the floor on the left side. You can have your knee bent or you can have your legs straight or somewhere in between 90 degrees and completely straight, whatever feels right for you. And then you can play with your right arm, depending on how your shoulders are and your hip is. You can move your right hand down if you need more spaciousness here, or you can reach it up and that'll bring a little more intensity to the upper back and the rib cage. And then look in the opposite direction. One of the 10 best poses in yoga in my book. This is a great pose. Everyone should be able to find a place where you can just kind of be content to just hang out and breathe. One more breath. And then bring that right leg back. Bring it back so that you're laying flat on your back. Hug your right knee into the chest and release the right leg down onto the floor. Now windshield wiper your right foot. So you're gonna turn your right foot from side to side and then let it rest completely still. Let your arms rest alongside the body. Take a deep breath in, 360-degree expansion, and feel just that right side from the right hip all the way down to the right heel and toes, and notice if it feels a little bit different than it did before, and maybe different from the left leg. All right. Bend your left knee when you're ready and hold your left leg into the chest. And again, make sure that you're not tipping your pelvis. And holding maybe just with the left hand. And just feeling and stretching through the right leg as well, pressing out through that right heel. You can hold with two hands or you can just hold with the left. There's no need to lift that right shoulder or strain that right side body in order to get the hands interlaced. It's really not necessary. Take another breath or two here. And then lift the left foot up towards the ceiling. So getting a deeper stretch in the back of the left thigh, to that hamstring. Again, make sure you don't tip down into the mat so that the low back stays neutral. You're resting right there in the center of your sacrum, which is just above your tailbone, the top of your buttocks. Keep the foot flexed. And if you want to move your foot and ankle a little bit more, feel free to do that. Probably can't do too many of those point and flexes and all that movement. Feeling good. Keep those joints nice and lubricated and open. One more breath in this position, and then let that left leg move out to the left. So holding that left leg with your left hand, right hand to the right front hip point, and just let that left leg drop out to the left as it feels comfortable. Keep the knees soft, or straighten it a little bit, whatever feels right for you. Just kind of play with what it feels like. Good. One more breath here. And then slowly bring that left leg back up. And you're going to take your right hand to your left knee. And you're going to take your left arm out to the left. You're going to roll onto your right hip. Yeah. And you're going to find a place where you feel comfortable here. I'm going to have to put mine on a block because it's a little too much of a strain on my leg. That's much better for me. So I have to modify, as you might have to modify as well. You can let the left arm come up above your shoulder. Just keep your left shoulder kind of moving away from your left ear, just keeping that neck and shoulder open. You can turn and look to the left. Breathe. Enjoy this pose. Just let it open you and let your body just kind of sink into this. Good, one more breath. Or two, whatever feels right for you. Then bring that left leg back up. Hug it back into the chest. Breathe. Flex both feet, take a breath. Ah, yes. And release that left leg straight out onto the mat. Windshield wiper your left leg. And then just let it rest. Be still for a moment, take a breath. Notice how you feel. Couple more breaths. We're going to transition slowly in your own way. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to place your feet on the floor. And you're going to roll over onto one side. And I'd like you to come up to a seated position. Now there's something on my screen, which means I have to get up and look. But you guys find a position where you're sitting up straight and tall, using a support of a blanket, using the support of blocks and a blanket, depending on what you need to sit up straight. I'm being live streamed. Okay. Okay, hopefully you can see me. I hope that didn't block me. So if you have some way to sit up on a folded blanket, that's awesome. So sitting up on this blanket so that your hips are a little bit higher than your knees. All right, got down that way. All right, so you're gonna take your blocks if you need them, put them underneath your knees. And if you don't have blocks, then you can use boxes, shoe boxes. You can use whatever you have. You want to try and sit cross-legged, which means that you've got one knee out to the right, left knee out to the left. And if you can get that in position so that your feet don't have to be close in, they can have them farther away. If you pull them farther away, it's easier to sit up straight. So just notice what you need. All right. Now you're going to take your fingertips to the floor. Just let them drop down to the floor, arms down and out and straight, and lift through the crown of your head. Sit up tall. All right, you're going to take your arms out into a T position, shoulder height, palms down. Then rotate the palms of the hands to face up. Good, then bend your elbows. Excuse me. Elbows are bent. Turn the palms of the hands to face forward and then pull the elbows back. Pull them as far back as you can and feel that chest opener. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Good, then bring your elbows towards each other and then open them up again. Of course, my water is over there. I'm getting up. Keep going, open and close. So on the opening is the inhale. On the bringing together is the exhale. Ah, yeah. Open. 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 Now lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your chin, look up, arch your back a little bit. Feel that opening in the front of your body all the way across the armpits, and then exhale as you bring your elbows forward, round your back, drop your head and chin towards your chest, and then open up again. Like you're opening a flower, like the flower of your body is opening. And then exhale. Come back down and in. Inhale, open, exhale. Bring the elbows towards your chest, round your back. One more. Inhale and exhale. Bring your arms up and out. Take the palms of the hands to face up, arms at shoulder height. Good. Turn the palms down, float the fingers towards the floor. Sit up tall. Breathe. Good. So let's just take your chin and turn your chin to the right. Think about your chin being completely parallel to the floor. Think about your upper back staying open, not falling. So lifting through the sternum, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back. You're looking to the right. Then come back to center. Then you turn your chin to the left without dropping it down, keeping the chin lifted, not above, so you feel the front of your neck. You want to just keep it neutral. Good. And back to center. And then to the right. And back to center. You hear some little clicks, that's okay. Like this movement of things across the vertebrae and the muscles, tendons, just kind of readjusting. All right, chin is back to center. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Take your right arm and reach your right arm out. Palm down, maybe about a foot above the right arm, above the right side of your body. And then if you like, you can take your right hand, bend your elbow, reach it back behind you. So now my right hand is towards my left side body. And I just keep pulling gently down through that right shoulder. Left ear towards left shoulder. Keep your chest lifted. Breathe. Lift your head back up. Release your right arm. Up straight and tall. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your left arm out to the left. And then if you're comfortable, you can do this. If this is good for you right here, you just decide what works better. Or bend your elbow and reach behind you. It just depends on your shoulder mobility. Good. Breathe. Keep pulling that left shoulder down, away from the left ear. And on the next in-breath, bring your head back to neutral, bring your left arm out to the side, let it float down to the floor. So whatever you need to do to be comfortable in this position, I need to stretch my left leg out straight because it's broken. It's not completely healed, it's on the mend. So however that works for you is okay. All right, so if you can stay here, or maybe you just want to take out your legs and straighten them out, windshield wiper them, and then switch sides. So whichever one came in first, switch the other way. Right, left, right, doesn't matter. Let's see if you can switch the cross of your legs. All right, take your arms out to the side. Take your hands to your shoulders. So my fingertips are touching my shoulders, and I'm just going to lift my elbows up. And I'm going to lift my elbows back. I'm going to lift my elbows, drop my elbows down towards the floor. And I'm going to bring my elbows straight out in front of me and then up towards the sky. So we're working the upper back a lot here and out to the side, the neck, shoulders, and upper back. Elbows down towards the waist. Elbows forward, straight out in front of you. Elbows up towards the ceiling, but don't pull your shoulders up. And elbows out to the side like chickens and down. All right, one more. Forward, up, out to the side, and down. Good. Release the arms. Just roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And reverse. Back, up, and forward. Squeeze back, lift up, roll forward. Squeeze back, lift up, roll forward. Good. Feel if there's any more energy going on in those shoulders. Yeah, definitely feel some energy moving here. All right. Let's take another deep breath in. As you exhale out, stretch both legs out straight. Let's bring yourself onto hands and knees, which is something that I really can't do, but you can do it. So if you want to come to hands and knees and use your blanket, you can use your blanket underneath your knees. And then you're going to put your hands right here on the mat in front of you. I'm going to keep mine up here. Yeah. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Yeah. Legs are parallel to each other. Crown of the head forward, tailbone back. We're going to move into cat-cow. Actually, my knee feels okay. So full deep breath in. You're going to lift your tailbone. You're going to roll the rib cage chest forward and up. You're going to arch that lower back. Feel the belly drop down. And then you're going to exhale. Press into your hands. Tuck the tailbone, drop your head. Inhale, arch. That's the cow. And exhale, round. That's the cat. Move at your own pace. Keep your hips steady. Move in whatever way feels right for you. If this is stressful on your wrist, adjust the position of your hands. You can move into fists, or you can move into forearms. Whatever works for you. Good. 2 more. 1 more. When you come into your cat stretch, then come back into center and neutral. Take yourself over to an awareness of your right knee and just reach your left leg back. Push your ball of your left foot into the ball mound, into the mat. I'm not talking very well tonight. And push out through the heel. And then just lengthen through your spine. Just make sure you're not crouching that upper back like I was just now. Push through the heel, feel that whole back of the leg. Good. And then you're going to do that with the right side. Press the right foot back. Press into the ball mound of the right foot. Press back through the heel. Keep your hips square. Breathe. Lengthen your back. Lengthen your spine. Good. Bring your right knee back in. All right. So take your right foot or your left foot and step it forward and bring yourself all the way up to standing. Let's come up to standing. All right, come to Tadasana. Come to standing pose, mountain pose. So your feet are parallel to each other, directly underneath your hips. Your hips are above your heels and your legs are engaged. So you're pressing gently back through the back of the knees. Lift the kneecaps, engage the quads. Bring awareness to your lower belly and imagine you're pulling your belly in to zip up those tight jeans. Pull your navel center slightly back and slightly up, lifting and opening the rib cage. Move the shoulders, maybe scoop back and down a little bit, lifting the heart and opening your chest. Arms hang alongside the body. Pull your head back so that the ears are over your shoulders and the chin is parallel to the earth. Stand still, steady and grounded through the soles of your feet and into the earth. Stand still and feel your balance of your body. Equal balance, steady and strong. Lifted towards the sky, grounded in the earth, like the mountain. Stand still if you want. You can even close your eyes, take a breath, and feel your body standing here. Turn the palms of the hands to face forward, palms out, and inhale. Sweep your arms up overhead. Holding the arms up overhead, let the shoulders drop back down. Don't pull them up towards your ears. You can straighten the arms or have a soft elbow It's a side bend over to the left. Push into your right foot and right hip. Come back up. Side bend over to the other side. Doesn't matter which way you started. So if you're going to your right, you're pushing out through the left. And do it again. Side bend. Inhale back up. Side bend. Inhale back up. Good. Take another breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees, hinge through your hips, and come into forward fold. Drop your head. Keep your knees soft. Hang, breathe. With each out breath, just let yourself fold a little deeper. You can shake your head yes or no if that feels good. Take one more breath. Keeping your knees soft. Press into your feet and inhale. Come all the way back up. Sweep your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together and down to the heart. Release the arms down. Stand tall. Take a breath. Good. So I'm going to do that again. We're going to add the movement of half lift, half Uttanasana. So what we call a half sun salutation. Stand tall, take a breath, ground into your feet, lengthen through the crown of your head. On the next in breath, take your arms up overhead. As you breathe out, bend your knees into your hips, fold forward, bow to the earth. Slide your hands up your shins, lift your back. You want to lift your back, not by pulling up to the mid-back, but by lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of your head. So it feels as if your back is parallel to the floor beneath you. Just hold here for a moment. Slide those shoulder blades down your back. Breathe. And then on the next out breath, let go. Drop down again into forward fold. And then in breath, as you come all the way back up, reach your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together and down to the heart. Release the arms down. Take a breath. Do that again. Inhale. Salute the sun. If we see it, bend knees, hinge through hips. Exhale, forward fold. It's still there. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Sweep the arms up overhead, bring the palms together and down to the heart. Release the arms down, take a breath. And again, inhale. Sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, move with your breath, fold over the legs. Inhale, hands to the shins, back flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Palms together, hands to the heart. Release the arms down, take a breath. Or two. Notice how you feel. So let's just do a warrior or two. So open to the long side of your mat. You're going to open your feet, well, maybe one leg length is usually what they say. You're going to turn your right foot towards the end of the mat, and you're going to keep your left foot either perpendicular, or it's going to turn the heel back a little, the left heel behind the toes slightly, and square off your hips. Stand tall. Good. Take your hands to your hips and really stand up straight and tall. Feel grounded through both feet and legs. Feel steady in your lower body, and bring your arms out in a T position. Relax your shoulders. See how mine are too high? You gotta drop them down. Bend that right knee and move into warrior. So as you move into warrior, you don't reach over that right leg. You just kind of drop down through the torso. Look over your right fingertips. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. Strong energy. More in the back leg than the front. Breathe. Feel steady. Open. Maybe drop a little deeper if you can. Widening your stance if that feels better. Let's do a reverse warrior. Take your left hand down to your left leg. Turn the palm of your right hand up. Reach your right arm up overhead and just slide back, reaching back and over towards that left leg. Now you can keep your head straight, looking forward, or you can turn your head and look up. Just don't lose your balance. Mindful of what you can do. Breathe. Mindful also of that right leg and knee, making sure it's not rolling in or rolling out, and that the knee isn't pushing over your toes. Should be just forward of the ankle a little, but not over the toes. One more breath. Good. Inhale. Let's come back to warrior two. Arms at the level of your shoulders. Soften your upper back. Go over the right fingertips. Good. One more breath. Lower your arms. Turn your toes in so both feet are facing the long side of the mat. Let's do a wide-legged forward fold. So it's usually helpful to have a block when you do this posture. So I'm going to put my block in front of my feet, maybe in the center. Take your hands to your hips. Press your hips forward, lengthen your upper body, look up, and then release at the hip. Bring yourself down towards the floor, keeping your legs straight. That's the challenge. So that's where the block comes in handy, because if you start to bend your knees to get your hands to the floor, that's really not where we want to go. But if you can keep your legs straight and get your hands to the floor, that's good. That's not bad. It doesn't matter where you are. It matters that you're working through your hips and your legs, and you're hinging at your hips. Drop your head, see if you can relax the weight out of your hands a little bit. Soften. On the next in-breath, straighten your arms, lift your back halfway up. So you're kind of parallel to the floor again. Soften your knees a little bit. Take another breath and bring yourself all the way back up to a standing position. Good. So if you want to shake out your legs, you can do that. Yeah. All right, you're going to turn your left toes to the left. This is going to be challenging for me. And step your right foot back. Square off your hips. All right. So my setup on the other side, on the right side, is correct. I am modifying this position on my left side because of my left leg. Okay, so you're going to hold your hips as square as you can. Try and get them to face front. Let me just shorten my stance. Take your arms out in a T position. You're going to bend your left knee over the left foot, and you're going to drop down. Yeah, arms out in a T position. Relax your shoulders. Look over the left fingertips. Strong energy in both feet, but more energy in that right heel. Relax Open, look over the left fingertips if you're comfortable. Breathe. Find your warrior. Good, moving into reverse warrior. Right hand comes down to the right leg. Turn the palm of the left arm up and reach the left arm up and slide your right hand down the right leg, lengthening and opening that left side body. You can turn your head up if you like. What feels right for you? On the next in breath, arms come out, palms down. Take a breath. Come into warrior two again. Sink your hips. Open up. All right. Relax your arms. Straighten your left leg. Bring your feet together. Let's shake it out a little bit. Wiggle your hips. Do what you need to do. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to challenge yourself and do one balance pose. I'm going to use my chair because it's just going to be easier for me. And if you want to use a chair or take yourself to the wall, do so. Do what feels right for you. So we're going to stand in Tadasana, stand in mountain pose. The important thing when we're doing a balance pose is that you have a straight drishti, focal point. So staring at something in front of you, not at the screen, but maybe something that's diagonally past the screen. As you stand in Tadasana, you're going to bring your weight into the right foot. You're going to lift your left heel and you're going to rotate your left knee out to the left. So my left heel is facing my right ankle. I'm just going to slide my left foot to my right ankle. That's about as far as I can go in this condition, but maybe you can slide your left foot up to the calf. Maybe you can lift it up higher. Just don't bring it up to the knee, press into the knee. If you can go that high, you bring it up to the thigh. And you actually have a dynamic of pressure of the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot to stabilize you. And just play with that. Maybe you have to put your foot down, come back up. Maybe play with position with your arms. You can bring both arms up. You can bring your hands to the center of your chest. It's okay if you put your foot down and come back up. Breathe. See what you can do. Do the best you can. Good. Release that left foot. Shake out the leg, wiggle your hips. Do what you can do. And then prepare for the other side. So coming to stand in mountain pose. Take a breath. Ground into your feet. Bring your weight into the left foot. Lift your right heel. Turn your right toes out to the right and bring that right foot to the inside of the left ankle or up to the calf. Try and find a place where you're steady and strong. If you can find balance, just kickstanding your right foot. Since my left leg is the broken one, this is as good as it gets. But I can be steady here. And that's more important than trying to push myself a little higher. There's no way I can do it. So see where you go. Take your hands, what makes you feel comfortable. Hold the wall with one. Take your hands to your heart. Breathe. Good. And release. Nice work. Good try. Wiggle your hips. Soften your knees. Stand tall. Let's come to face the front of your mat. And we're gonna move down onto the mat. So standing towards the front of your mat, if you have a chair, if you have something that's gonna support you as you come forward, your blocks would work as well. Take a full deep breath in, stand in mountain pose. And then as you breathe in again, sweep your arms up overhead. Soften your knees and hinge through your hips. Come forward and down. Now figure out how you're going to get down onto your mat. So maybe you're going to use your knees bent a lot and bring your knees down to the floor. What I'd like you to do now is just come down onto your belly. However you can do it. And it's very ungraceful for me at this point in my recovery, but that's okay. I'm here. And I want you to come into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, your legs are a little wider than hip distance apart. My hips are grounded and my elbows are in front of me, just about, a couple inches ahead of my shoulders. Arms are parallel, palms of the hands resting on the mat. And I'm going to lift my chest, front of my chest, front of my ribs forward and up, and keep my belly, like my navel center is on the mat. So you're going to find a place where you feel, hopefully, a little bit of activity in the thoracic, which is the region, the mid-back, below the shoulder blades, around the base of the shoulder blades. If you're feeling any compression in your lower back, lumbar, then move your elbows forward and shorten or make it a little smaller of a back bend. See where you can go. Think about spreading across your shoulder blades as well. And just drop your head, chin towards your chest. And focus on the rib cage and the belly. Back ribs moving forward, front ribs moving forward and a little bit up. And relax the back of your neck. Breathe. And lift the chin up, press into the elbows, open the heart a little bit more. It's a simple pose, but it's very good. Breathe. One more breath. Make it a really nice big back bend, and then bring your elbows out to the side. Drop your head, tuck your chin towards your chest. Take your hands back to mid-chest, and you're going to push into your mid-chest. You're going to lift yourself up to fourth, and you're going to drop back into child's pose, which I'm not going to do, but you are. You're going to pull your hips back towards your heels. You're going to come forward and down. And just release into child's pose now. Hips back. Make sure your head is touching something. So maybe you have fist over fist. Maybe you just have your palms of the hands one over the other. Whatever you have. And if that doesn't work for you because it doesn't work for me right now, come on your back and just pull your knees into your chest. One more breath. Good. And then when you're ready, if you're in child's pose, you're going to roll over, come up, roll over, and come back down on your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor, arms alongside the body. Do a couple pelvic rocks. So you're going to inhale, you're going to roll towards your tailbone, arch that low back. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, roll towards the tailbone, back arches. Exhale, rock back. 2 more. 1 more. As you exhale now with the low back into the mat, press into your feet and lift your hips up. Bridge. Press into your shoulder blades. Head of the arm bones, upper arm. Lift yourself up. Hips, push gently up. Take a couple breaths. And slowly let yourself come back down. So let's take Supta Baddha for a minute, which you of course don't know what I'm talking about. But Supta Baddha is putting your feet facing each other. I'm going to take my blocks and put my knees on the blocks, knees out to the side, butterfly pose, cobbler pose. Take your hands and put them on your lower belly, inside the front hip points. Relax your shoulders, elbows, and upper arms on the mat. Close your eyes and breathe into your lower belly. Feel the belly rise underneath the fingertips as you breathe in. Feel the belly fall underneath the fingertips as you breathe out. Nothing to do. Just be here, body and breath. And if you're comfortable with your knees open like that, there's no strain, you can stay there for another couple of minutes for your Shavasana if you like, or if you want to just release the legs out straight and let the toes drop away from each other. Take the arms out to the side, palms face up. Taking a big deep breath in and just sinking down. And then just let the breath go. Let the breath breathe itself. Let your body be at ease. Just be. Take a deep breath in. Feel the body, 360 degrees. Whole body just gently expands with the in-breath. And then just slowly let it out. Take your time. Notice how you feel right now in this body, in this moment right here, the present moment, the only one you have to live right now. Then once you feel ready to move, you can stretch your body in whatever way feels right for you. Maybe a full body stretch, maybe not. Take your time. You can roll over onto your side slowly and bring yourself back up. See if you can come to a comfortable seated position. Sitting up straight and tall. And come and open to gallery view. If you wanted to sit still, hands at the heart, or just awareness at the heart. So we can close together. Let your hands gently come to the heart, or just bring attention to heart and take a moment to acknowledge your own heart and the qualities of heart that we all share. Friendliness and kindness and gratitude, compassion. Offering yourself gratitude for showing up this evening to practice. For taking this time to care for yourself and to honor yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Honoring this practice, if you're comfortable chanting Om with me as we close, take a deep, deep breath in. Om. Take another big, deep breath into your heart. As you exhale out, I bow to you. As you bow to me, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Yola, Sandra, Gail, Adam, and whoever's joining us.
Thank you, Beth.
Namaste. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beth.
You're welcome. Take care, Sandra. Bye, Gail. Bye, Adam. Bye, Yola.